Welcome back. Hey, we're going to talk about who ate my lunch? Who stole my money? Who's stealing my money? Yeah, we're going to talk about that today. Who ate my lunch? Who's stealing my retirement? It's bad enough when you go to the fridge and you say, hey, somebody stole my lunch. But imagine even worse if you realize somebody's stealing your wealth or your retirement. So it's bad enough that it's not just one enemy. There are three enemies that we'd like to talk about who is eating your lunch and stealing your retirement. Hey, it's Brad. Welcome back to Brad's Bread and Butter. And let's go see who's stealing our money. All right, we're going to talk about three enemies who is eating our money, and they are taxation, inflation, and market fluctuations. Let's take a look at each of those individually and see how they eat our money and how we can fight against them. So let's think about this. When you get your paycheck, what's the first thing you pay from your paycheck? Some people pay their mortgage. Some people pay their Visa or MasterCard. Oh, tick, tick. Don't put anything on there. Make sure you pay it off every month. Yep. And then other people, they buy food and they have some other payments. But the reality is that before you even see your paycheck, the government has taken their cut from your hard-earned money. For a long time, I was thinking that there's nothing wrong with that. You have to pay your taxes anyway, so let's just do it. But let's look at this from a different angle. Imagine you're living paycheck to paycheck or on a limited income. And if your income is the same every 2 weeks, the first thing the government does on your paycheck is take your cut. After that, you have to pay your rent, your mortgage, you have to pay your bills. And from what you have left over, you can buy food. And guess what? The quality of that depends on how much you have left over, whether you eat lobster or pasta and baked potatoes, right? So you have to decide what you're going to live with. And what about when the car breaks down? Now you got to decide if you're going to eat or fix the car. And guess what? The government doesn't care. They already took their cut, right? So you have to decide whether you're going to go to work in your car or what you're going to do. But as soon as your paycheck comes, they've already taken their cut. Now, let's talk a little bit about how Revenue Canada taxes you and how they look at the money that you've invested. Okay? I want you to imagine three different cups. So you have three cups sitting in front of you. And you are going to put something in that cup for your investments. So we can put stocks, gold, silver, fiat currency, whatever we want in those cups. But you have to make sure that they go in one of these three cups. So the first one we're going to talk about is an RRSP, Registered Retirement Savings Plan. The second cup is called TFSA, Tax-Free Savings Account. And the third cup is what we're going to call open or regular. The difference between the three cups is how the government looks at these three cups from a taxation point of view. How many times do you get taxed on the dollar that you earn? You get taxed when you earn that dollar. That's called income tax. Then you get taxed again when you spend your money. That's called HST or sales tax. All right, let's look at these cups a little more closely. So in the cup that you wrote RRSP on it, Registered Retirement Savings Plan, the government knows how much you put in there. So they have to say every year what you got in there. So you don't mind putting money in there because you get to deduct that from your taxable income. So you pay income tax now, but you can get it back when you file your taxes every year. So your employer takes it off, but you get it back. So what you do with that, though, is theoretically, we're going to call this tax deferred because you don't pay any tax on it now, but when you go to take it out, you're going to pay tax on the entire amount plus whatever you earned. So they're going to tax it all at 100%. But the theory is that when you're retired and you take it out, you're at a lower tax rate and therefore don't pay so much tax. But you are going to pay tax on the 100% when you take it out. Number two, if the government looks at your second cup called TFSA, the government now knows that that's after-tax money that you put in there. But what they've done is they said, all right, you don't have to pay any tax on the growth or when you take it out. So they only allow us to put so much in there every year. So you only have to pay no tax on the profit. That's the cool thing about it, all right? So because you don't pay tax, it's in your interest to try and maximize your TFSA before any other investment count. So the government has already decided that in 2022, you can put $6,000 in your TFSA. So that would mean that from the time the government first created this program, if you put in the maximum every year that they allowed you, for next year, you could have a total of $81,500 in there, and they won't tax you on any of the growth in there because that's the cool thing about a TFSA. That's cup number two. Now, cup number three is the one the government loves. It's called the open or the regular cup. And the government is very happy because on that cup, they tax all growth at your marginal tax rate. So they get the most money from your taxes on that one. So based on this information, it's in your best interest to maximize your TFSA first, and then your RSP, and then last but not least, your open cup. Okay, so remember though, I'm not a financial advisor. This is just for entertainment purposes only. Please do your own research and make sure you get some advice before you invest. All right, I'm going to stop here for today, but because I want to entice you. Because in the next video, we're going to talk about the other two thieves that are stealing your money. All right, we have two more we're going to talk about. We'll do that in the next video. It will be out, I hope, at 7 p.m. tomorrow. So please, for those of you that haven't subscribed, hit that notification bell, subscribe, and then hit bell so that you'll know when that video comes out. And please like and share. And also, if there's something you don't understand and we can maybe do some research together, remember, we're learning on this channel together. So we just want to learn some things. So join our community, and we hope that you'll see us again tomorrow at 7, and hope you're enjoying these videos. So leave a comment. We appreciate it. Remember, keep it in the green. Thanks, YouTube. Have a great day.